You've come for your appointments at Tulsa Spine and Rehab and you're feeling great. But you can feel even better with a home exercise program coordinated with your Tulsa Spine and Rehab experience. And to tell us more, we're joined by Dr. Sean Riley. Hi, Sean.
Hey, Charlie.
So, Sean, how does home exercise contribute to what you're doing at the clinic?
Many things come to mind. First off, speeds up recovery. I mean, ultimately, I'm trying to figure out how to achieve that goal as quickly as we possibly can. So a low back patient comes in, they're complaining of low back pain, they're unable to put up their shoes and socks on, they're unable to sit at their desk for extended periods. I'm listening to these things, figuring out what they're unable to do, developing a treatment plan and so forth of what options might be reasonable for the patient, effective. And then I start thinking about what they can do on their own. Mm-hmm. Many times, muscle groups, we get weak, we get deconditioned, we get tight, whatever the case may be. And of course, I need that patient to come in. We need to do what we need to do, whether it's manipulation of a joint, deep tissue work to a muscle group or soft tissue, reactivation. You know, that's a word that I've used in the past. Is many times we develop gluteal amnesia or weakness or laziness in certain muscle groups. And we need to do some things in the clinic to get that muscle group working properly. And from there, I want to give the patient things to do. Personally, me as a patient, Charlie, when I go to a doctor, I want to get on board. I want to be involved in my care. I want to speed up the process. I want things to do. And so I'm constantly asking questions, whether it's my primary care physician or whomever it could be. You've made these recommendations, doctor. What can I be doing on my own? And that's a question that I am answering daily in the clinic, and home exercise is a big part of that. And so if we've identified areas that aren't working as well or weak or tight, like I'd mentioned, I'm going to make recommendations for that patient to help me out on their own. We've utilized very specific videos that we've shot in clinic with our staff and so forth. And we have the access to email these videos directly to the patient. Many, many years ago, I would hear patients come in about, my doctor gave me exercises to do for low back pain. Do you mind if I see what did he give you? And they hand me a piece of paper that I've seen over and over again. It's the same exercises. The question I have, Charlie, is are those exercises good for everyone with low back pain? Because your low back pain might be a little bit different than my low back pain. So it only makes sense that you have a prescribed or very specific set of exercises that you need to be doing. Not necessarily that I need to be doing or someone else needs to be doing, that you need to be doing. First off, it's what's good for you. And secondly, I think it's going to create some efficiency in our plan by speeding up that recovery process.
And those videos are very, like you say, they're very specific, and you couldn't put them on a piece of paper. There are so many of them. So you're able, with those videos, to create a program that's not only specific to that person, but might be unique to that person.
Yeah, and I'm trying to simplify it, Charlie. The other complaints I've had in the past is that my physical therapist or chiropractor gave me a home exercise program. I don't have 45 minutes a day to be doing this stuff. And then I lost the piece of paper, or I kind of forgot how to execute, to perform the exercise properly. That's something that also I think is so fantastic about our home exercise process, is that it's not going anywhere, meaning you have a digital file of it. And then most importantly is it's a video with instruction. So you click on the video and someone is literally telling you what to do. And so, you know, your dog can't eat your homework. You can't lose it. And then if you do get lazy and kind of maybe alter course like most of us do, it's always going to be there for you. And I want to be efficient. I want to figure out, okay, Charlie, he's busy at the office from 8 to 5. He has a family. His kids are playing ball. I might say, Charlie, could you carve out 10 to 12 minutes a day for me from home exercise? Yeah, that sounds reasonable. So now I'm going to figure out what are the most 3 or 4 efficient things that Charlie could be doing in that 10 minutes. And I felt like the response is so much better because it's reasonable and patients feel like they're getting a very specific program that's good for them.
And I imagine the time element is probably the biggest objection people have to starting a home exercise program. I don't have a half an hour to give this or 40 minutes, and I don't want to go to the gym and be lifting weights and so on. And these are things you can do right in your home, and you tailor it to how much time I have.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm very sensitive to people's schedules and the amount of time that they have. And if they're seeing results 3 days a week, spending 10 minutes a day, it only gives them more confidence to do those types of things. So many times when we have these extensive exercise programs that are down on a piece of paper, as a patient, we get lazy. We're not doing them correctly. Or, I failed to mention this, we start feeling better. Goodness, God forbid. That is when it is paramount to continue doing the exercises. I always joke with patients, the most important time to do these is when you feel good. Sadly, we do exercises and we start to feel a little bit better and we just assume that the problem's not going to come back. But so many times I tell patients, I want to keep you out of my office. And the best way to do that is even when you're feeling better and functionally you're able to hang out with your grandkids and put your shoes and socks on. If you continue up to these exercises, I'm probably not going to see you much anymore.
Does that mean that you're going to modify the exercise program as we go along? Because maybe I need to change it up or start concentrating on other parts that need work because the others have already gotten the work they need?
Sure. We call it a progression.
Okay.
And as we work through this program, the purpose of a home exercise is to progress it. Give the patient exercises where they're not going to hurt themselves. Give the patient exercises that are appropriate for where they are kind of in their phase of care. As they develop more strength and stability, mobility, we progress those exercises. They obviously become not necessarily in time, okay? But they're a little bit more difficult. They're a little bit more challenging. You might feel a little bit more fatigue. We might get you up weight bearing as opposed to early on we're down on the ground in a lying down or in a all fours position, whatever the case may be. So there's definitely a progression. The other thing I failed to mention, obviously speeding up your recovery is so very important. But the other one, like I said, is sustainability. As we continue to move through these progressions, we're going to have more sustainability. And in my opinion, the most important thing is preventing recurrence.
Well, confidence and commitment travel hand in hand. And I imagine as you continue with these, you see the patients go from a point of saying, yes, I have to do that, to I want to do that, to what more can I do?
Absolutely. They see the value in just their day-to-day activities and what they're able to do. And they're coming from a place of limitation and pain. And now they're starting to see the benefit and the value in these simple exercises 3 to 4 days a week.
And they're starting to maybe get a little taste of that endorphin rush of actually working out in their body, thanking them for doing it.
Yeah, our motto here at Spinal Rehab is get moving. And we always need to be doing something. And it not only feeds your body, but it definitely also feeds your brain.
So the key to these home exercise programs, Dr. Riley, is to complement what you're doing at the office and make this movement part of your everyday life and progressively improve more and more as they go along.
Absolutely. We want to get the patients involved in their care.
Thank you for helping us out today, Sean.
You're welcome.
Tulsa Spine and Rehab helps you get moving with a collection of specialists providing chiropractic care and physical therapy, massage, strength training, exercise programs, yoga, and now cryotherapy too. You can ask them about it when you go there. And sign up for Dr. Riley's free e-newsletter and explore TulsaSpineandRehab.com. You'll learn more about how they can help you get moving.